Thank you very much. Hi, my name is Lady Phyllis, and I'm a medium. And I started mediumship about 3 years ago. I began to study mediumship when my husband passed away um, about 8 years ago, 7 years ago. And the thing that I've learned is that mediumship is really accessible to anybody. What I've learned is you don't need a gift. There are people who are gifted that they learn mediumship from an early age. They start out, they're in contact with the other side. They have this ability. But I think we all have the ability. And then when we're born, our parents come in the room when we're busy talking to spirit or we're doing something. They come in the room and they tell us that's your imagination. And slowly that third eye over here crusts over and we kind of lose contact. But I think everybody can can touch their intuition, can connect with their intuition and develop mediumship and hear those messages. But in case you can't, that's what I'm here for. That's what I've done. I've studied it. I named the show Good Vibrations. A lot of mediums surround themselves with crystals. Why? Why do they surround themselves with crystals? Crystals enhance our vibrations. I mean, it's really interesting, but throughout history, kings and queens have put crystals in their crowns. Even our phones, our TV sets work with crystals. Even a cave. Um, there's even a cave in Mexico that the crystals are so large that if people go into this cave, they could get microwave. The crystals cook them from the inside out. You can look it up. It's in Mexico. I think it's called the Crystal Cave. So the point is, if you want to start exploring your abilities, if you want to start testing it out, go into a crystal shop. Look around and see what crystal speaks to you. See what crystal you're drawn to. Um, like I said, I've been drawn to them for years, and I have 4 grandchildren. So one of the things I do is I put all the colors of chakras, the crystals that represent all the different chakras that align, the 7 main ones. I put it in a bowl and I ask the kids to reach in and pull it out. And then they have to discuss which color they pulled. Like, for instance, if they pulled the blue chakra and that represents the throat, so they feel that they're not being heard. If they pull the purple chakra, which is the third eye, do they feel that they're blocked or that they need to align that chakra in order to contact someone on the other side or hear things? So there's lots of ways you could start learning how to connect with spirit. A lot of people confuse mediums and psychics. My son is a psychic. He operates on one of the social medias as a psychic. All mediums are psychics, but not all psychics are mediums. So, what's the main difference between a psychic and a medium? I know that helps when you want to go to one. You have to know what the difference is. So, what's the difference? A medium connects with your loved one on the other side. A medium speaks directly with a spirit on the other side and then provides information, hopefully evidential information that can't be found on social media. For instance, a medium is the person who would say, "I'm connecting with your mother on the other side," and and you had a fight with her shortly before she passed, and she wants to tell you that she understands your point of view. So mediumship's purpose is not only to give hope to people who don't want to feel that it's over when a person passes. It's also there for closure, comfort, and healing. I like to say we're not a lounge act. We're here for a purpose, and that's a very important purpose. I know that I went to medium after medium after medium after each person passed in my family, my parents, then my husband, because it brought me comfort. So a psychic connects with your higher self, connects with the universe, and will tell you things relating to career, finances, romance. So basically, if you want to know if you should leave a toxic relationship or should you change your profession, you go to a psychic. If you want to know, um, how your mom is doing and that has she seen that you've had a child, you go to a medium. So we have someone on hold, and what I do to to help with to facilitate a reading. A lot of people use tarot cards or dowsing rods or whatever. I use this book. I wrote this book. It's called 366 Affirmations and Inspirations to Live By. So I want Paige is waiting, Paige to pick a number 1 to 366, and I'm going to read what's on that page and let's see if that's a message from someone she wants to get in touch with.
I say 9,
9.
please.
Okay, 9. Okay, 9 it is. All right. Paige, what it says on this page, and I do feel that it's coming from a female on the other side. It does feel like it's maybe a grandma. And she's saying, no for
Okay.
you. No is my boundary, and I'm allowed to say it without explanation. So, very often when people get this page, it's about the fact that they're doing everything from everybody. The expectation level is always unfair, and people might be taking advantage of you. So, this person on the other side is letting you know, set up a boundary. Don't be afraid to say no, and you don't have to explain why. Friends will understand, enemies won't listen. And what they want you to do is to protect yourself. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, actually, it does. Very much so.
Yeah, it's really strange. I wrote the book in one day. I use it at the conclusion of most of my readings. I do read it on social media. I ask people to just put in a page number on social media, and it's really astonishing that it does resonate. Do you have any other
Yeah.
questions?
No, does this grandma have anything else to say to me?
Are you going through a major change in your life now? I feel like there's that you either you've just there's a it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but is there some sort of change going on in your relationship?
Yes.
And is it romantic? In other words, are you separating from someone or
I
reconsidering
went through a I went yeah, I went
through?
through a
Yeah.
divorce.
Okay. What I see is there was a lot of turbulence and I still see that it's a little bit rocky, but in other words, not rocky that it's difficult, but rocky with what do I do now? Do I go this way? Do I
Yeah.
take this job? Do I move? Do I this? Do I that? And what she's saying to you is it's all going to, what I see is that it's going to smooth out. I eventually, what I see is usually smooth waters. So that tells me that you're coming out of something that was, and you stayed longer than you should have. Did you stay longer than you should have?
Yes.
Yeah, because she's saying you gave him so much rope, and he like it took
Yeah.
it took him forever to it took you forever to really you gave him a lot of chances. Does that resonate?
Yes. Very much so. Very, very much so.
Is
And,
there is
g
there
Go ahead.
is there also some kind of addiction over it somewhere like alcohol or is there some kind of addiction somewhere here?
In this grandma, I believe, is my boyfriend's grandma, and,
Yeah.
my boyfriend had an addiction, and my ex-husband had an addiction with alcohol as well.
Yeah, and I'm picking up on a J name like Jim, James, Joe. There's a J name living. Okay,
Yeah, it's her June.
okay, all right. Um, and what she's doing is she's taking a like a dish rag, a dish rag. You know when you finish mopping up the kitchen, like you're done. You wash the dishes
Yeah.
and you wipe around the sink so there's no spots. That's what she's
Yes.
showing me. Like you're done. You're done. Don't look back. Look forward. You know, the
Oh,
reason why, in the car you drive, right? So the rear view mirror is really small, right? But the front window is
right.
very large, correct? She says it's opening up
Right.
in front of you, close up what was behind you.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you have
That
two
makes a
children?
lot that I actually have 3 children.
Three children. When they say two, are two still living with you or two one sex? There's a reason why they'll bring up two or
There's
two with one
2
person.
there's only 2 there's one, there are two minors that are left. One my
Okay, and the
boyfriend
other
has,
one,
and I
right.
have is my daughter. That's a minor. Everybody, all our we have 7 kids together, and the rest are all adults.
Okay. Yeah, she's talking about the 2 kids that they may have some issues with this and just get them the proper therapy. Um,
Oh,
you know, okay.
okay,
And so
okay, that
my
makes
guess
sense.
is she's talking about the 2 that are left. So make sure that they're speaking whatever's important to them.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's good to
Okay.
know.
Well, it was nice meeting you and I wish you good luck.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. I
You-
appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Mm, mm.
Before we go, I just want to say Mother's Day is coming up, and my sons bought me a great gift. Mom, I want to hear your story. And the reason why they bought, and you could buy any book like this. Very often when I do a reading, most people, especially with the younger crowd, will say things like, I don't know what my grandmother's name. I don't know what they did for a living. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And it's really hard to validate information. So pick up a book, write it in, if you don't have a book, you could write it in a Google document. That's what I did. I wrote our family history, everyone's names. I put it all down in a family history for my sons and their children and their wives to access so they wouldn't say, I don't know when they go to a medium. Well, it was nice meeting you. I hope you enjoyed my good vibrations, and we'll see you again next week.